Hello, this is Angie. Welcome back to the Flip Learning series. Today, we will take a look at designing a Flip lesson plan. A lesson plan is the instructor's roadmap of what students need to learn and how to help them achieve it. Think about it. A complicated roadmap may take your students ages to arrive. A straight roadmap may be too boring. The current dominant lesson planning paradigm came from the interpretation of research work by Dr. Madeline Hunter. In 1994, she introduced a model of lesson planning which consists of 7 steps. 1. Purpose or learning objective. 2. Anticipatory set or warm-up. 3. Lesson objectives. 4. Input or method of instruction. 5. Checking understanding. 6. Guided practice. And finally, independent practice. Let's do a comparison. Let's compare lesson plan design for traditional learning and lesson plan design for flipped learning. Here we have the 7 steps of the lesson plan design model developed by Dr. Madeline Hunter. We have the first step, purpose or learning objective. This needs to be done before the course starts and is usually indicated in the syllabus of both flipped learning and traditional learning. For traditional learning, anticipatory set, lesson objective, input or instruction, checking understanding are done in class. Guided practice and independent practice are done at home. For flipped learning, anticipatory set, lesson objectives, input or instruction, checking understanding are done at home, and guided practice, independent practice are done in class. So now we have the flipped learning model for lesson plan design. We're going to use it to evaluate and design a flipped lesson plan for a lecture class. Let's take a look at this example. Dr. Thuy Vu is an assistant professor at the University of Texas Pan American. She's from the Department of Civil Engineering. She's teaching a course named Foundation Design this semester. It is a tertiary level class, and she would like to use flipped learning for a change in method of instruction. Well, let's help her together to find a flipped lesson plan for her class. The first step that we're going to do is to understand the nature of the course. This course focuses on providing a basic understanding of foundation problems. It heavily focuses on knowledge, so Dr. Vu relies on lecture to be the main method of teaching. She also has readings, homework assignment, and class projects for the students to do. In the next step, we're going to select one or some units to flip. We're not going to flip everything. Here's Dr. Vu's tentative lecture schedule. She has PowerPoint for introduction and introduction of deep foundations. I personally think that she should not flip the first unit because this is the time that the students need to be in class to understand and get to know the course requirement. So we have here introduction of deep foundations to be potential for flipped learning. Let's take a look at Dr. Vu's lesson plan for introduction of deep foundation and evaluate it using Dr. Madeline Hunter's 7-step lesson plan design. Here's Dr. Vu PowerPoint and lesson plan. We can see that she has lesson objectives. She has method of instruction, which is lecturing for an hour and a half in class. She needs some anticipatory set. She needs a way to check student understanding. She needs some guided practice and some independent practice. For anticipatory set, this is the best place to apply problem-based learning, so Dr. Vu can look for real-world problems from local news, YouTube or Google, and integrate them into the anticipatory set. This makes her lesson engaging and authentic. She also needs to shorten her lecture into 5 to 10 minute video. This is challenging because her original lecture is an hour and a half. However, she can do that by creating multiple 5 to 10 minutes video or to just focus on the basic knowledge only. She can also use video lecture from YouTube channel which were created by other instructors to supplement her instruction as well. She needs some quizzes, and for in-class activity, I highly recommend her to tie it back to the problem in the anticipatory set. So here, her students can get into groups to solve the problem, and they may followed by group presentation. However, the presentation needs to be informal and short because this learning activity focuses on team interaction, not on the final product, which is the presentation. This means that during the discussion, Dr. Wu should move from table to table, from groups to group to advise the student and to find out what the students are missing and what she can contribute to their understanding and help them to find the solution to the problem. I also recommend her to spend 30 minutes at the beginning of the class to review and answer quiz and questions about the course content, the lesson content to be exact. And she should exit the class with a summary so that the students remember the key point of the lesson. Instead, we're going to help Dr. Wu check available materials from different resources to supplement her lesson plan. I did a quick YouTube search and I found 4 video clips on deep foundation. Dr. Wu can make use of these video clips in addition to her own video lecture. I also found a case study of deep foundation in Mission Bay, San Francisco, and Dr. Wu can make use of this case study in her lesson as well. Here's Dr. Wu's final flip lesson plan for introduction of deep foundation. We have here at-home activities and in-class activities. For at-home activities, Dr. Wu gonna create a video lecture that lasts from 5 to 10 minutes in which she's gonna introduce a case study of deep foundation in Mission Bay, California. She also provides some basic knowledge about deep foundation. She also has a quiz for the student to do after listening to the video lecture and to bring the quiz into the class for the answer. For in-class activities, she's gonna find some time to review and answer the quiz and question. She also have time for group activity and she's gonna exit the lesson with a summary. I think what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, that's way too much work. However, don't worry because you do not need to flip the whole syllabus. You do not need to make video clips for all lessons in the course. And you do not need to make the whole lesson flip. All you need is a mixture of teaching methods to help your students achieve the course goal in the most effective way. So, give flip learning a try and see your student interaction and reaction in the classroom. Now that it's your turn, thank you for watching.